Mom in disbelief after teacher wouldn't let 4-year-old eat her packed lunch.
But before we start, please make sure to subscribe to m&rtv and hit the bell so you never miss any upload from us. Also, leave a like right now.
School is more than just a place for learning. When we send our kids off to solve equations and practice spelling, we also expect them to be cared for, listened to, and looked after. It is a teacher's job to ensure that all children in their care are treated equally and provided with whatever they need to be successful. So while it may seem trivial, lunch is actually a very important part of the school day. This is why one Colorado mom was so distressed when her young daughter came home complaining of being hungry. Her teacher hadn't allowed her to eat her lunch that day, and when she found out why, things became even more contentious. Lisa Pearson and her daughter Natalie lived out a peaceful existence in the quiet suburb of Aurora, Colorado. They were always happy to have each other, but recently, things had been going even better than usual. This is because Lisa was close to earning her degree, and little Natalie had recently been accepted into a prestigious preschool, Aurora's Children Academy. Soon, however, things would take a turn for the worst. It started out as a typical Friday morning. Lisa was packing Natalie's lunch when she realized something. They were all out of fruits and veggies. She was forced to skip out on the greens, but obviously added other snacks to make up for it. Inside Natalie's lunchbox, Lisa put a ham and cheese sandwich, string cheese, and one more thing, Natalie's favorite snack cookie, Oreos. Then she sent her daughter off to school. Lisa went about her day normally, completing errands and household chores as well as catching up on some work. However, when 4-year-old Natalie got home from school, the young mom would be in for an awful surprise. To her great confusion, when Natalie got off the bus, she immediately had a strange complaint. She was hungry. Lisa couldn't fathom why this would be, given that she had packed a pretty substantial lunch for the little girl just that morning. Still searching for answers, Lisa decided to check her daughter's lunchbox, wondering if she would be able to find any clues as to why the 4-year-old's stomach was grumbling. When she opened the lunchbox, she was startled to find two odd things inside. For one, the Oreos were still there, unopened and obviously uneaten. Beside them, there was something even stranger, a note. Lisa began to read. The letter read, "Dear parents, it is very important that all students have a nutritious lunch. This is a public school setting, and all children are required to have a fruit, a vegetable, and a healthy snack from home, along with the milk." Lisa couldn't believe what she was reading. The note continued, "If they have potatoes, the child will also need bread to go along with it. Lunchables, chips, fruit snacks, and peanut butter are not considered to be a healthy snack." The mother was outraged. She felt like she was being judged by the school for her parenting decisions. Who were they to tell her what was right for her child? And especially in such a confrontational manner. In the midst of her anger, Lisa had an idea. She decided to post on social media about the incident, including a picture of the note. The responses were widespread and largely sympathetic to the young mom. On the other hand, to play devil's advocate, it is possible that the school administrators were only trying to help young Natalie. After all, healthy eating choices are something that should be on the minds of everyone these days, given current statistics. For the past 20 years, childhood obesity has been on the rise. First Lady Michelle Obama even dedicated an entire campaign to promote more activity for kids. Maybe the school was simply trying to promote healthy eating. Oreos in particular, although they're vegan, are pretty bad for young and growing bodies. With all the additives they contain, eating them consistently could increase the likelihood of developing heart disease or diabetes. Not great. This is certainly true, but it's also true that Natalie was a slender and active child. Should she really be so concerned with consuming one package of cookies at lunch? It almost seemed insulting. Besides, Lisa had another valid point as to why the Oreos shouldn't have been treated as a problem. It was Friday after all, and she thought her daughter deserved a treat to celebrate the end of the school week. She also went as far as to call the school hypocritical. Lisa pointed out that on more than one occasion the school itself had handed out junk food to her child. How was that any different? Thankfully, Lisa received a small bit of validation when the school's director formally denounced the actions of the teacher who had left the questionable note. She confronted that this was against school policy and never should have happened. In case you were still worried, everyone's okay now. Lisa eventually made peace with the school, and as for Natalie, she moved on to elementary school and can put all her cookie-related worries behind her. As a parent, it's hurtful to feel as though school officials are casting judgment on your parenting decisions. But perhaps even more alarming is feeling as though the school itself is putting your child's health at risk.